Sunglasses and hats have been a staple of my wardrobe for as long as I can remember, and these are an interesting pair of sunglasses because they do more than just block the shade. They are Viture Pro XR Glasses, and they are 120 Hz monitors glued directly to your eyeballs. With what we have here, this is essentially a new type of display. This is two very, very tiny Sony micro OLED screens glued to just the top of your eyebrows, and that's how you visually see the image when you put the glasses on. This is a very cool piece of hardware, and there's a lot of hardware to go over here, so let me show you everything you need to get these glasses ready. And it's a lot and also could be a little, so it's kind of interesting. And I really do think these are a very interesting pair of glasses because these are essentially the ultimate addition to somebody who wants to travel light and is also a tech enthusiast. The Viture Pro XR glasses feature a fully private 135-inch 120 Hz 1080p OLED display at around 1,000 nits, which is kind of crazy and very hard to see on camera. Realistically, these screens are not any bigger than the size of your thumbnail, but they're so close to the iris of your eye, they perceive to be absolutely gigantic. These glasses have a direct connection to virtually any USB-C device with a connection on the right-hand side of the device here. The lenses have one-click immersion, meaning you can block out most of the light. Fantastic audio on the right and left side that shoot directly into your ear hole. And we do actually have some buttons on this thing. We have one button for power and for switching between brightness or volume, and that is squishy, not clicky. In addition to that volume rocker, which is clicky and not squishy. And two myopia adjusters on the top that are very nice. It feels like an old volume pot that is perfectly oiled. And I do have to mention here the magnetic pogo pin connections because this thing is awesome. It's essentially a very magnetic USB-C type here and goes from USB-C on the regular end, so you can plug this into pretty much whatever you want, to this nice pogo pin on the side. It's got 108% of the sRGB color space, a 46-degree field of view, and is a 2 and 3D display. It also comes with a bunch of little nose greebles, and they use that to basically decide where you want this to sit on your face, because it's very important that you line it up correctly with your eyeballs. If this is lined up incorrectly, the image is going to look a little wonky. It comes with an absolute slew of quick start guides if you get more than just the glasses. And one other thing I do appreciate is that they just went with a little V in the front top left. A lot of other brands get really crazy with the colors, and this is already a crazy thing you're wearing. So the idea here is to not draw any more attention to yourself. It's just to kind of blend in, right? But here is where things get crazy. The glasses themselves, it's basically just a USB-C connection. So anything like a laptop, a PC handheld like the Steam Deck, or your phone are just going to connect and work, which if you're wanting to travel light, it's freaking awesome just being able to plug in to, say, the Odin Mini 2 here and just play right from that. At 1080p, it looks great, super punchy. So what if you don't have anything else to plug this thing into other than your phone? Well, they also thought of something else that might pique your interest. They sent over the Viture Pro Neckband. It's a lightweight and comfortable wearing computing device designed to be used in conjunction with the glasses. And this thing's actually relatively beefy. This thing will come with 8 or 12 gigs of RAM and a decent sized storage, around 256 gigs. It's got a fan on the side, and it looks like it also has a USB-C port and a camera so that you can use hand gesture, which I thought was relatively interesting, but ended up being kind of wonky after a while. I ended up liking the game controller to select everything and then used the neckband remote on my phone to do the rest of it. And this thing is realistically just your Android phone, but specifically made to interact with the glasses. So using the hand gestures, access to the official Google Play Store and millions of regular apps, and you're also able to experience multiple screens while using this neckband. Now, if you don't have the neckband, you can't do this with just the glasses because they are essentially just a screen. But when you add in the neckband here, it gives you virtual space to place monitors. In addition, they also have, like everybody else this year in 2025, AI-enabled things. So they have something called Vizured. It's like a virtual assistant, kind of like Siri. It rhymes with blizzard or wizard. That's all I can say on that one. But everything I tried with this between game streaming and Android apps worked really well. We're not done yet. There's a lot more that Viture has put together to make these glasses as useful as possible. Like the absolute slew of cables that you can use to make this thing adapt pretty much everything you want. And I think they've done a really good job of moving on to the next device that they also sent over, which this is all part of the Viture Pro Ultimate Collection, which is basically everything that works with the glasses natively, which is the Pro Dock Pack. And I think this thing was a pretty smart thing to make. Oh, and before I keep going on about the dock, Viture actually made a controller with 8-bit to provide this to anyone who buys the neckband or the dock. They say they throw one of these in for free, which is very nice because the 8-bit controller here is a cheap Bluetooth controller that feels great. Moving back to the dock, this thing is exactly what you think it is. It is a mobile dock for hooking up stuff like the Nintendo Switch or any other full-size HDMI devices. So stuff like your Xbox Series X or your PlayStation, you'll be able to hook whatever console you want to this and play directly to your glasses. So I see this as being mobile for when you need it and having an extra battery bank for when you want to like slap the Switch together, which they did actually make a piece of plastic that kind of sandwiches it all together so that you can power your Switch for longer, which in turn powers your glasses for longer. And it's actually a really nice little package here and doesn't take up a whole ton more room. And the dock makes your Switch play in docked mode, so it's actually able to output the 1080p, but I don't know if it's going to be pushing 120 frames. It does look very nice. And the dock also allows you to put two glasses at the same time, which means if you're on a plane and you bring this with you, it can charge your Switch and you can play Smash with up to 2 other people and nobody will know. Trust me, nobody will know. They might know if you're screaming. This thing's got one button that is squishy and not clicky, 4 indicator lights, the aforementioned 3 USB-C ports, one for power, which is the one that's the color of the Switch logo here, and it's apparently compatible with all standard USB-C displays, including monitors and other glasses, and it has the 1300 milliamp hour battery, which means this thing can also just be your regular dock whenever you get somewhere if you're trying to get some work done. So this is a battery bank, a dock, and also a dual display port out with USB-C. It's an interesting little piece of tech that does actually fit in your pocket. I was kind of hoping the neckband would be just kind of this shape so it would fit in your back pocket and nobody would care about it. If it has to have a fan, I guess it has to have a fan. The neckband works well, I just don't like the shape of it. I've never liked the neckband idea. I hated the Bluetooth headphones that had neckbands, and for me it doesn't do it just on a general shape. Other people may like it, that's a personal thought. In addition to that, they sent a bunch of other cables and some adapters and stuff. No other technology, but the main trio here is the glasses, the neckband, the dock, and the controller, which is very nice. So if you're getting any of these items, you'll be able to log in, play any of your games streaming wise, or download movies, and basically this makes it an entire Android device on your neck. So that's a lot of specifications and also stuff. This is realistically, when you boil it down, a pair of glasses with screens in it and a cable coming out, just in the most basic sense of this. But it can do a lot more, just like your regular display at home or TV can do a lot more than just hook in one TV box and just play those channels. So to summarize, I think these glasses are actually really capable as just a regular display to take around with you. But there's a slew of other pieces of software that go into this thing and can be played on this. So why don't we look at the neckband and the dock and see what else we can do with this, because there's no software on these glasses and there's a lot of different choices. And I think there are some that are good with this, and then some that are pretty bad and may need worked on. So let's dive into the software. And for software, we've kind of already talked about each one of the items, but each one has its own little quirk. So the glasses themselves, they are a basic DisplayPort situation. When you hook it up to your phone, you are just going to get what is on the phone or whatever you are full screening to. And this works for iPhone and Android. This also works flawlessly with anything with a USB-C DisplayPort out connection. So like a PC handheld, modern day laptops, something like an iPad or iPhone or Android with USB-C connections, and even our retro devices here like the Odin Mini 2. You can plug it directly into here and Sonic Mania is super easy to see, and then use the built-in controls just to playing. Now when we get more into software, we get into the other hardware that Viture offers. So let's talk about the Neckband. The Neckband on base is running Android. So when you log into this for the first time, you're going to be prompted to set up Android. And I recommend downloading the app right from the box, because if you don't, you won't really have any way to control it. It's only got a few buttons and you can't do anything with it without actually interfacing with it or using a keyboard, which once you have the app downloaded on your phone, it seamlessly connects and you're able to install everything and get everything up to date, which was nice. Once Android's up and running and you've connected your Google Play account, you can re-download any apps that you have from Google Play. So any of the games you've purchased on other devices or any accounts that are saved will just automatically sync, which was really nice. And the Neckband having built-in memory means you can download movies and music directly to the Neckband to play later on. This device also has its own overlay. What I'm talking about is the Spacewalker app, which is developed by Viture and put on the glasses as their addition to front end of Android. So Android's there, don't worry about it. They want you to go directly into this Spacewalker app, which when I went into the Spacewalker app, for me, it was a little bit of a jarring experience. The app itself was tracking my head and tracking different things around me. So when I looked left and right, the screen would actually lag left and right because it was trying to understand in 3D where I was looking. For me, I did not like this. Once I turned that off, it was so much better. Probably because I didn't have something calibrated, but it was not an easy user experience. Once I had all the apps set up though and everything updated, I was able to use some of the hand features and set up multiple displays. This for me was fine, but I actually noticed I got more done with just plugging it into a regular device like my laptop and typing through there than trying to change things on the headband with my hands, sometimes it catching, sometimes it not catching. And it's one of those things that I think they're still in production of their XR features, and I think their real selling point here is they have a very good Android device. The Neckband does a really good job of being a decent Android device to display the 120 Hz that this pair of glasses needs to have a good gaming experience. So cloud gaming on this thing is great, and with the included 8-bit controller, it really makes a full package. And that's pretty much it for software. There's a lot of things these glasses can do, and you decide what you plug into them, so know how you're going to be wanting to use these if you want to pick up a pair. So what is this device? Well, this is a device that you're going to be bringing around with you and using as either a portable monitor, or if you just don't have a monitor of your own and want something that's a very large size. And now when people say it's a very large size, it's a very small screen, but it visually appears to be larger than it is in real life. And I think they did a really good job of putting this together, but this market is becoming more and more crowded with all the different types of glasses that could be either augmented reality or regular 3D reality, but in a headset where you can play like games and stuff, and it comes with controllers like the Meta Quest. This is a pretty broad category now that's starting to get more and more items in it, and that's why I thought it was worth bringing up here today, because I think it pairs well with something like a Steam Deck or a Switch if you want to carry around the dock, or even just your phone with a Bluetooth controller. I think that was even just like an awesome opportunity, because to me, having the USB-C option to just plug into whatever you already have is probably what I'll use it for the most. So in summary, who do I think this ultimate package is for? Well, Viture sent a ton of stuff over, and I'm glad because I was able to test their basically entire line of products here and give you guys an honest opinion of what this is actually for. Because looking at this as it's a new product category within the last 5 years and something that's this high on the market, people are really talking about these things. And I see the actual use case for these, having a tiny pair of glasses shoved into your bag instead of like a portable monitor, or just having them laying around the house when you want to go outside and play with like your PS5 out in the back porch. I completely get it. I've drugged my TV outside before and just played games out there because I want to play games, indoors, but I want to be outside. It's a niche case here, so this is definitely good for travel and definitely good for gaming at 120 hertz. The screen was very crisp, and it's very, very close to your eyeballs. So I think this was a cool product. I appreciate them sending this over. They didn't pay me, but they definitely sent this over for free. So let me know down in the comment section below if you'd like to win one of the other Linux handhelds that we have going around, because we're going to be doing a giveaway here in March, at the end of March. All you need to do to be considered is subscribe. That's all I have for you guys today. I'm going on a plane ride on Wednesday, and it's Monday today. So let me know what I should be pairing with this, because I'm definitely going to try these on the plane. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.